Okay everybody, this is mooneydashcam. If you enjoy these videos, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. Alright, today we're in Staten Island. We are going to the Kreischer Mansion, also known as the Kreischer House. It was built in the 1880s. It's actually on Arthur Kill Road, which we're making a left on now. And we're gonna take that all the way down. We're a couple minutes away. And it's in the Charleston section of Staten Island, on the South Shore. Right. Okay, so a little bit of backstory. Balthazar Kreischer, that's how old this guy is, Balthazar, came to Staten Island in the mid-1800s, bringing his booming brickworks business. He did great things for the economy, and they named the area Kreischerville. That's how much this guy made in the area. With business doing well, he decided to build his son's matching mansions on top of what they named Kreischer Hill at the time. And we're probably going to see some old buildings like that one we just passed on the right, because this was a kind of an old area. And unfortunately, Balthazar died a year after they were completed. Ooh, I made it through that light, everybody. And following his death, the brick factory burned to the ground, which the family tried to rebuild it, but in doing so, they lost all their money. And that led to the owner, the son Edward Kreischer, that owns the still standing house, to commit suicide. Now, one of the mansions was destroyed in the Great Depression, so there's only one still standing today, which is the one we're going to be visiting. And then in 1968, it became a landmark of New York, and then in 1982, it was announced on the National Register of Historic Places. And in May 2020, designs were approved for a 48 condo, 11 building project from the Landmark Preservation Commission on a 3.8 acre property. The property is worth about $1.1 million. I don't know how much they're paying for it, but that's what I looked up. Okay, so in 1998, it was bought by Isaac Yomtovian. I'm assuming he's a Russian or Eastern European, some sort. In 2005, the caretaker at the time was Joseph Young, also known as Joe Black, who's a member of the Gambino crime family, and he carried out a hit of Robert McKinley for, make this turn, for a longtime Gambino soldier named Gino Galstro, for offending him and owing him money. Gino Galstro was a more known and higher up Gambino soldier, so he was able to order out this hit. This is still Arthur Kill Road. Is that possible? No. We're on Korean War Veterans Parkway South. It's a mouthful. I didn't know it'd be taking us this way. But hey, I don't come to Staten Island a lot, so I'm enjoying the sights. So yeah, he was the groundskeeper in 2005, and as I said, the guy Robert dissed that Bonanno soldier, and that caused a hit out on him. So Joe Black, along with other associates, lured Robert to the house, where Joe stabbed Robert, which made Robert make a run for it. And then Joe caught up with him and attempted to strangle him, which he couldn't do. Eventually, Robert couldn't defend the attacks anymore because there were a few guys with Joe, and they drowned him in a small pool outside, like a small ornamental pool right outside the entrance of the home. Then they left him in the shed for his body to pool up with blood, and they went for a bite to eat and got some supplies from Home Depot, came back, dismembered the body, and dismembered the body in the living room on top of a mattress, and then one by one brought the body parts down into the basement and incinerated them in the furnace. Pretty wild way to kill somebody. And then, yeah, so for that crime, the only reason they were caught for that was because there was an FBI informant, Stefan. Now, this is a weird last name, Cicale. I don't know how to pronounce that. He was involved in the crime, and he later on became an informant and ratted them out. Now, there was a renovation done after the crime, so it made pretty much all the actual evidence disappear. But just on the informant alone, Joe Black was sentenced to life in prison, and Gino Galstro was sentenced to 20 years for the hit, which he moaned and groaned about, but the judge was like, this is a lenient sentence for that kind of crime. Now, this is also a haunted mansion. There's a bunch of different stories involving how the place is haunted. There was a cook that was murdered in the kitchen there, like way back in the day. So, locals report they hear a woman crying and screaming, which they think was Edward Kreischer's wife. And then the banging of pots and pans from the former cook. They hear screaming children. Paranormal Lockdown Season 1, the last episode that the house was featured. And then Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, another haunted show, visited the house. And it's known as one of the most haunted spots in New York City. Isn't that crazy? Alright, I'm going to speed this up and I'll slow it down and get by the house. the house now, after that short detour through New Jersey. So that's the house there. Of course, I'll add pictures of all different angles and stuff like that. And the house was built in 1880, still standing today. It was renovated, like I said. But yeah, this is the house of the wealthiest guy in the area. And there was another one, and I got taken down. I'll see if I could shoot around and see the property a little more. So like I said, it's on 3.8 acres. It's up on a hill. Still see it there. Also, around Halloween, it opens up as a haunted house. So it's a real haunted house and a commercial haunted house. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed, and that's about it. See you in the next one.